My name is Ginger, and I'm a grateful believer in Jesus Christ who has struggled with all sorts of addictions and sins that kept me separated from Jesus for a long time, and this is my story. I remember when I was younger, I always had a sense of insecurity, and I couldn't tell you why, but I always felt like I needed this assurance, this constant reassurance that I was enough. When I entered junior high, I was still very insecure, and of course, everyone's awkward in junior high, and so my insecurities were at an all-time high, and I was searching for validation and identity and acceptance in all the wrong places. When I was 14 years old, I decided that I would go on a diet, and that if I could be that perfect weight, then I would find that acceptance that I needed. And that diet turned into an eating disorder that would pretty much destroy me physically and emotionally for many years to come. When I was 15, I was introduced to drugs and alcohol. And I remember the first time that I got drunk, it was like somebody sort of opened an escape hatch in my mind, and all of the insecurities and the fears and the self-doubt melted away. And it was like for that time I was free, and I didn't have those concerns anymore. My addiction to alcohol and marijuana grew pretty quickly because I wanted that feeling again. I wanted to feel free. I wanted to feel free from that doubt, free from that worry and that insecurity. And at one point I developed a shopping addiction and got into $30,000 of credit card debt. And my financial problems compounded with all my other addictions. It almost destroyed me. At one point I was living in my car, and the only way that I had to make money was lie, cheat, and steal, and so that's what I did. And there was a time in my life when the only reason that I woke up was to get high or to get drunk. And I felt so lost and so alone. And occasionally I would think, I wonder if there's a chance that Jesus would take me back. But I never believed he would. I thought, I've fallen too far. There's no way he could take me back now. When I was 18 and the alcohol or the drugs couldn't do it for me anymore, I just wanted to give up. I thought, really? Is this what life is about? Really? Isn't there more than this? And I wanted it to all end. But it was 6 months before my 30th birthday, and I was lying in bed, and I hadn't spoken to God in years. The only time I had spoken to him was to tell him that I was mad. That I was mad that he didn't fix everything, and that if he loved me, how could he let this happen? But on that night, I prayed to God, and I said, you know what? If something drastic doesn't happen, if you don't step in and make a drastic change in my life, I'm not gonna make it. But that drastic change came in the form of a positive pregnancy test. To say I was terrified was an understatement. I thought, Lord, what have I done now? I cannot even take care of myself. How in the world am I gonna take care of a child? And I'll never forget, right there in that bathroom, holding my pregnancy test in one hand, I got down on my knees and I said, God, I am worn out. I cannot do this. It's one thing to screw up my life, but it's something completely different to screw up a child's life. And I can't do that, Lord. And I've tried to do it on my own. And I don't know if you'll take me back, but if you will, God, I need you. I cannot do this alone. And so on that bathroom floor, I met Jesus again. And I can't say that it was any amazing drastic change, but I can tell you that when I got up off my knees, I felt different, and I felt a peace that I hadn't felt in a long time. Pregnancy was pretty uneventful. Thankfully, I was sober for the entire time, and then 9 months later when my son was born, it was a difficult birth, and when he arrived, he had complications. So finally, when they got him stabilized, they brought him back to me, and in the quiet and the stillness, when everyone had gone home and it was just me and my son, and I was holding him there, and it was like this dialogue I had in my mind, and And the dialogue kind of went something like this. It was like, you know, here's this child, and I love him so much. And he can't do anything for me. He's completely helpless, you know? And all I want from him is for him to love me back. And I thought, well, what if he's rebellious like I was? What if he's difficult like I was? And I thought, would I still love him? And I thought, yeah, of course I still love him. And then I thought, well, what if he doesn't love you back? Will you still love him? And I said, yeah, of course. Of course I'll still love him. It was as if God had kind of whispered in my ear, and he said, you know why you love that child? Because he belongs to you. Because he's a part of you, because he is yours, and you're mine, and you belong to me, and I will love you when you are difficult, and I will love you when you are rebellious, and I will love you even if you don't love me back. And all I want from you is your love. So it's appropriate that I tell this story on Mother's Day, because when I became a mother, my life was completely transformed and changed, and partly because I had this beautiful child, but mostly because I had that beautiful illustration that God gave me through my child to show me what it means to truly love and be loved. Whether you meet him on a bathroom floor like I did, or a bedroom floor, or a barroom floor, it doesn't matter. If you kneel down and ask Jesus to come into your life, when you get up, you won't be alone. And he'll hold your hand, and he'll walk with you, and he'll help you through those difficult parts of life, and you'll never be the same.